Today I'm going to be creating a affordable green eye look, and I'm going to try to talk as much as possible without having to leave a airway of space. So I'm beginning to use the LA Colors dark brown pomade. It's a very affordable product, and it goes well together with this look because once you already start using this product, you can see how natural it blends in with my skin. It doesn't leave that noticeable line once you start using the spoolie to blend it out. And I like that because I don't want people to know that I color in my eyebrows. Like, when you were in middle school and you began to color your eyebrows, that's how I don't want it to look. And I wanted to make it very simple and affordable. So I'm using the NYX concealer, which is in the shade tan. So once I start applying it onto my eyelids, it looks like my natural skin tone. So once I apply the rest of the makeup, it is not too light nor too dark. I noticed that some people, they use a lighter color and it looks very great. But for me personally, I don't like how it lands on my skin. Like, you notice it too much, the lighter color. So I use the LA color in the shade tan just below my crease. So once I blend that all the way up, it looks very flawless and natural. And that's the kind of look I'm going for today, giving you that natural green look. I know green is not my color, but it's really good color to play around with. After I started blending it in, I'm going in with the shade light green called Good Ego from the Exotic Pop eyeshadow palette. This has 88 vivid and pigmented colors. And it's amazing because with 88 colors, you would think it would probably be like 60, 50, $70 for 88 shades. I actually bought this palette for $35. And it's still on sale right now, so I'll leave the link below in the description box of how much it was worth and where you could get it. It actually have a lot of affordable palettes. They have palettes from $5, $10, 15, 20, and they're very pigmented. Like, when I tell you they're very pigmented, they are pigmented. On this video, I am using just a little bit because I don't want it to be so dark of a green. And I'm going in with the sparklings, applying it just below Good Ego so that once I blend it up, it's already giving me that natural light to dark look. And it's very easy to blend it in because sometimes when you have a too pigmented product, it's very hard to blend in, especially as a beginner, and we think that it's us who don't know how to blend. It's just that once we start, we have to start from little by little is my favorite way of saying it. Because when I started blending, boy, I did not know how to blend for nothing. It was so difficult. Like, I could not. I tried to do some tricks that people do, but I realized that for me to be able to blend something, it would have to begin from a lighter color to a darker color. So that's what I began to do. And now I'm going in with the shade Worldwide to blend the darker color into the World Ego so that once I begin to do the cut crease, it's already blended in nicely. So the only thing I would have to do is apply it. I'm literally laughing at my emotions right now because my expressions when I was yapping and yapping, it's very funny. Now you can already see the difference of how the pigment of this color is. I'm giving you like a natural green look, a very affordable green look, and it's amazing how well this palette works. Literally for the price of $35. So that was a done deal for me when I started doing makeup. And as well as I'm creating the wing look already so that once I blend it up, it's already blended in. So when I put the eyeliner on, it already has that formation of where I should set my eyeliner. Some people don't know where to set their eyeliner. I know because that was me. I never knew where to put my eyeliner. When I began to do makeup, I used to just attempt to do the wing. That's it. It would used to be straight, it used to be too high, it used to be too low, until I began to learn that once you have the outer corner, you're supposed to make sure it goes from the end of your brow going to the outer corner of your lid, where that open space is when you open your eyes, right there. That's where your eyeliner go. Yeah, now you know. Now you know. So I think this is a really good hack, getting you either using tape or creating that angled look just with your eyeshadow. And now I'm going back in with Spark Wings to make sure that it is very dark. So once I apply my concealer, it will be very, very blended and nicely put. And that is very important, especially when doing the cut crease. So I began to do the cut crease going from my inner corner all the way to my outer corner, creating that half circle look. I'm not going too high because once I go too high, it would be very difficult to blend up, especially since I'm going kind of for like a low light green to a dark green. Now, after I apply the concealer, I go straight into the color. I don't go to the other eye and do the cut crease because the last time I did that, it messed up my pretty rainbow. And that was on day 2 makeup look. Oh my gosh, I was crying that day. It did not come out how I wanted to, but it did look nice. And when I began to apply the color Sweet Toffee, it was so pigmented. Like, OMG. The pigment in that was amazing. Like, it was just beautiful. And I love a good glitter. Okay, glitters are my favorite. And when I began to do the cut crease, I try not to do both of them at the same time because it will mess up. One will mess up, but once you start applying the eyeshadow, you can see that I'm already opening my eyes a little bit. And that's because I am blind as a bat. And you'll notice in some of my videos, I look cross-eyed, but it gets better. Now I'm going in. I already moisturized my face, so I'm putting translucent powder on my skin right now to set my face in place, kind of like above all the pores, so that my makeup could give a long lasting look. I am such a damn. Then I'm putting setting spray to lock in that moisture and that setting powder so it could give me a nice surface where my makeup could lay nicely on. And I love the setting spray. It's just so amazing how it just sets the makeup in. Now I'm going in with the LA Color Correct Concealer in the shade Peaches. Now, everyone has their own color correct detail. I mostly use this for the dark spots, kind of above the pimples and etc., the bags and all that unperfect. Well, for me, it's perfect, but I like to hide it. So I apply it before. There are various of shades of the way you should conceal and correct your face. They have going from lighter to darker shades, but my favorite way is, kind of going closer to your skin tone undertone. My undertone is warmth, so I kind of have the orange one on the side. But since I've been cleansing my face and I'm stuck inside the house because of quarantine, my skin tone has been resembling a little bit lighter. And I always blend that in using a beauty blender, moisturizing it with water so that it could set in the concealer correctly without having the sponge absorb it all. And it's very important the sponge doesn't absorb it all. Then I go in with my BB cream, Simply Beauty, in the shade medium, and I place it onto my hand. Then I grab my Wet n Wild in the shade Caramel, tap some into my skin. I have this bottle from Amazon, literally under $3. Under $3. Who doesn't like affordable foundation? Now, for some people it's difficult to find affordable foundation or luxurious foundation. I actually have a website that has been roaming, and you put the shade of foundation and concealer that you use today. Once you type that in, you click find results. It will give you from Fenty Beauty to Wet n Wild, LA Color shades of foundation. And when I saw Fenty Beauty on there, I was like, that's amazing. You can't see or find a way to match your colors without having to go to a store and matching it every single time. It's always good to have that flexibility to be able to buy online, especially now that we're stuck inside this house. Oh my God. I always double chin my face so that I make sure it blends right into my skin. And I like the Wet n Wild foundation because it's so seamlessly blending into my skin without having it to look greasy or too shiny or anything like that. And I'm going back in with the same thing I used to clean up my eyebrows, going in with the NYX Tan Concealer. You can't even tell I'm putting it on, only where it shines. That's amazing. Now, after I applied all this concealer on my face, I am going in with the LA Color Light, and I'm applying it right on top of it so that once I apply it, it already gives me that natural highlight under my eyes, on my nose bridge, and a little bit on my forehead, and especially on my chin. Because I like how my chin points out and my cheekbones pop out. Okay? You have to define your face when you're doing makeup, and I love how my cheekbones, when I smile, you could tell it's popping out. And that's an amazing way to do your makeup. Like, no one could do that better than yourself. And I think that's really good. Now I begin to contour, and I use the contour on my cheeks, on my nose bridge. I try to do it where it kind of lands in the area of a cup, because once you see that you're doing it right there, you could already start seeing your nose define. I don't like doing it right on the bridge of my nose, but I do it on the side, and then I kind of go in pointing my nose. My nose has a diamond shape. And then I go right on top before my edges and blend that contour right there, because once I blend it up, it gives it that natural look. Now I'm going back in with a warmer contour because, like I said, I have a warm undertone, and it's always good to use your undertone when finding a foundation or concealer because you don't want it to be too cold or too pale. You want it to fit just nicely onto your skin. Now, I do have that warmth look, so once I began to blend this in, I was fascinated of how it looked. I didn't like the contour at first, but mixing the LA contour in the shade Mape and the contour from Amazon, the 3 packs in the shade 3. I got it 3 for $1, $9.99. I gave one to my mom, and the other one I threw it away. It was literally the lightest color ever. And I didn't find a darker one. Sadly, I wanted to, but I couldn't. And continue on. I am now grabbing the setting powder, baking it onto my skin. I am applying very little of it because I love the LA Color Natural, but it kind of has that cold tone in it. It doesn't give you that warmth that you need, especially if you're a warm undertone person like myself. And then I apply it on my nose bridge. Everywhere I place concealer, I use the setting powder. Then I go in with the Ultimate Face. It is not an affordable product. I am sorry. I don't have a setting powder for contour affordably, but this is the Ultimate Face in the shade of Copper Lane, and it actually sets in my contour into place. So once I blend that out, it looks nicely, and like I say, if I start running, you won't see a drip because I've already locked in my makeup with that. Now I'm going in with the shade Party Over to put it under my eyelids on my lower lid all the way at the bottom, just so it could give it that natural look for once I apply my eyeliner. As you can see, when I applied my eyeliner, you couldn't even tell. You can only tell because you see I'm doing it, but you can't tell that I've placed the dark Party Over color right underneath where the eyeliner should be. And it gives it that eyeliner look, a natural placement, and it looks amazing. And before I got my baby box, I didn't even know how to put a eyeliner, but this Girlactik eyeliner, it's a Percise eyeliner marker, and I fell in love with it. It's a quick dry, very easy to apply. Now I'm applying blush. I love applying it to the nose and the cheeks. It's not affordable. I got it from my mom's room. I don't know where she got it from, but I love this blush to the fullest. It gives it that natural pop, and I love it. Now I'm going in. I sprayed my fan brush so that once I apply the highlighter, it falls naturally. And when I began to put it on, I kept feeling myself because it was so pigmented. Like, can you see that glow? Like, okay, glow, 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 glow. I love it. And it looked amazing. So I'm just blending it in with the same thing I used for my blush, just to make sure it pops in and gives it that natural pop that I've been looking for. And I love it. I go on my nose. Like I said, I like when my nose pop up. And then I put some highlighter on my nose bridge. And that is the finished look. Now I'm setting it into place. I cover my eyes so that when I spray the setting spray, it doesn't rain over my eyelids. Because it does. If you spray on your eyelids, your eyes are going to cry. But besides the point, once I began to apply this lip liner in the shade Cocoa and the Natural, oh my gosh, mixing those two together, it was so beautiful. But I messed it up. I put lip gloss on top. And I looked it like a greasy person. Looked it too greasy. But after that, it looked it amazing. Now I'm going in with black liner to make my eyes pop out. And I'm going with the LA Color Dollar Tree eyeliner, just cleaning the lid underneath the lids, removing the excess that fell from Party Over, kind of blending it into place. Now I'm going in with my mascara, blending it in together, putting all my look together. Now pop, 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 pop. Yes, you look amazing. You is glowing. Okay, sis, you got this. You're doing great. Don't get it in your eye. You got this. Okay, okay. Now, bang, bang. Today I'm